What's up everyone, and welcome to another video where I am going to be talking to you all about how I made my body transformation. So how I went from this to this. I'm going to be telling you everything about the diet, my gym training, my lifestyle, literally everything that I did down to the tiniest detail to make my transformation. Hope you enjoy. So I'm going to talk about 3 different areas: gym training, nutrition, and lifestyle. Now, with my gym training, I was following a upper-lower training split with some additional core days in between and an isolation day for my arms and shoulders. So it would look like Monday would be my core day, Tuesday would be upper day, which would mainly be chest and back, and then lower body would be on the next day, and then I would do again an upper and a lower straight after, and then I would finish with an isolation day with arms, shoulders, and I would do a little bit of core on the weekends as well. So type of weight training that I was doing was hypertrophy weight training mainly. So hypertrophy training is 8 to 12 repetitions. I was doing roughly 4 to 6 sets of each exercise, and I would normally have between 3 to 5 exercises for the major muscle groups and just 2 to 3 for the smaller muscle groups. Now, the key thing with hypertrophy training is having that very slow movements and continuously contracting and tensing up the muscles throughout the movement. For my isolation days, they would purely be hypertrophy. With my core, because I'd be working out 3 times a week, I would have a hypertrophy range of 10 to 12 repetitions, and then I would do more sets, and then I would do slightly fewer sets, and then do a 8 to 10 repetition range day, and then I would do another heavy day of 6 to 8 reps. So that would go from sort of 5 sets on the first time, then the 4 sets, and then the 3 sets as I'm increasing the weight. Now, with my upper body and my lower body for the major muscle groups, I would have my hypertrophy day, and then the second time I train it, I would have my heavy strength day. So I would go more for 6 to 8 reps on my heavy, and then on the pure hypertrophy, it would be 8 to 12 reps. So with my nutrition, I was roughly taking in 2,500 calories. My protein was around 1 gram per pound of body weight, so that would be 2 grams per kilo of body weight. And then my fats would be around 30 grams of healthy fat sources, and then the remaining calories would be made up from carbohydrates. Now, in terms of what I was eating, most of the time I would have a lot of veg on my plate, a lot of vegetables, mixed veg, and then I would have my lean meats, so lean chicken, turkey, and then for my carbs, I would have potatoes mainly, as they're a quite lower dense carbohydrate source rather than rice or pasta, so they tend to have much fewer calories involved. With the fats, I would try to keep it to healthy sources. So certain nuts such as almonds and walnuts, and then avocados, always trying to keep it healthy sources of fats. I would have some saturated fats from my eggs to help boost testosterone. And then the remainder would be from the avocados and nuts. With my general sort of lifestyle, this was mainly during the lockdown, so I wasn't really doing anything anyway. Wasn't really meeting up with people or anything like that. So what I would try to do in my sort of daily activity levels, I would try to walk more often in the early hours in the morning or quite late in the evening. Just try to be more active throughout the day rather than just sitting down all of the time. Drinking at least 3 liters of water. And with my sort of my cheat days, I would always plan for them. So I would do extra physical activity throughout the week to lead up for that, and then continue on to the next week to make up for the extra amount of calories that I would have taken on that day. Or I would have a further deficit with my diet, but basically just maybe 100 less calories each day leading up to that cheat meal, and then I could then go 500 calories or so beyond my daily intake on that day with my cheat meal. So I wouldn't just eat normally and then go and have a cheat meal, because you're just gonna mess up all your gains. Really, you're gonna be counterintuitive to all of the hard work you put in earlier in the week. But really, other than that, I was just keeping track of my weight every single day on the scales. Generally, when you're cutting, you shouldn't be looking for huge changes in your weight. And I was doing my measurements every day as well, so I could see where I was losing weight if I was. And I would be doing pictures every day as well. It's really good to do these things because they don't cost a lot of money, and they're really good to give you a rough idea of your progress throughout your training phase. The only other thing that I would try to do is, with my supplements, I would only actually have a multivitamin tablet and a creatine powder. I would not have any sort of protein powders or mass gainers or anything like that at all. It would just be the multivitamin tablets and my creatine. For my snacks as well, actually, I forgot to mention, with my snacks, I try to make them quite low in calories, but fairly filling. So I would make a big fruit smoothie that I would have two of throughout the day. So I would mix it with water, so no high calorie milk or anything like that. I'd have lots of fruit, and I generally put my nuts in there as well, to make up my fat content, with a little bit of oats as well. With the evening shake, I would also put in a tub of Greek protein yogurt for these slow absorbing amino acids that you get from it. But other than that, that is pretty much the gist of my transformation. Let me know what you guys think of my transformation and how I went about doing it, and just general thoughts. And any questions that you have, just leave in the comments below.